miles away from home. Steps were difficult, I'm exhausted, but I did not fall. I hope something good is coming up. Free like a bird, but also louder, and my footsteps on the ground. I raise my head, listen to the sound. I'm happy with what I have found. Just breathe, just breathe, just breathe, just breathe.
Hello, my name is Anja, and today I wanted to start a new series about the alchemy of trees. I would like to explain how you can heal yourself with energy of the trees, how you can use medicine of trees, or even eat certain things of trees. Before I start, I want to get a bit into the aspects of how you can do that all. I know in the past I talked about trees. When I talked about runes, I connected them with runes, or even talking about the chakras and all that. So I would like to get a little bit more into each tree, and today I picked the maple tree to begin with, and I worked my way down the list of trees that I worked with. So but for today I would like to start with a maple tree. But first of all, let me get into the healing and meditation aspect and how to approach trees. And especially since many know for many years I walk the path as a healer, energy worker, and I do cedar magic as well, and that's why I work very close with all the things that nature has to offer. So in contrast to us humans, plants are very aware of the unity of all beings, and they radiate this. That is one of the reasons why we feel so comfortable in the forest. It reminds us of home. And if you don't have that feeling, then there is certainly something wrong with you, to be honest. Trees are probably the most developed plants. There is a special relationship between trees and people. One could say that our exhalation is their inhalation and vice versa. Trees are multidimensional beings. Their roots go deep into the earth, which indicates their connection to the underworld, hell. And the trunk and the lower branches are in our world, the human world, which I call Midgard. And the branches of tall trees rise high into the sky, making them a bridge to the upper world, Asgard. So trees connect us with other realms. For example, such as fairy realms as well, which is a dimension parallel to ours. So in cutting down trees and forests in our reality is gradually destroying the fairy realm, or the path to other realms. So tree spirits are only loosely connected to their solid body, the visible tree, because they are multidimensional beings and such enjoy great freedom on the astral plane, and because they are connected to other realms, they can help us with journeys and interdimensional journeys. So meditating with trees is also very relaxing and helps us to ground ourselves or heal. And this is because they are great energy converters. They convert negative energy and promote healing. So when we communicate with a tree, he will allow us to tap into his energy and taking from it without taking too much, because it is simply as giving it a bit of our own energy in return. Important is to communicate with the tree spirit. If you just take without asking or returning some, you may run into issues like overloading yourself with this kind of energy. Let's take for an example an oak tree, which is known for giving strength. if you take too much without asking, I mean, most tree won't let that happen, but if the tree's like, yeah, really, you might just run around like Hulk and don't know what to do with all this energy. So this might not end up good and ends up in the opposite of what you wanted to achieve. So the best way is to tell them a little bit about yourself, your intentions and the purpose of your visit. And then you ask them respectfully for permission to continue. And then you wait to see if the forest spirits are friendly and allow you to go a little deeper. And if not, that can happen too. You will feel it. You will just sense it. Then you have to work for a while to earn their respect and trust. You know, it's about mindfulness. It's about perceiving plants as living and conscious entities and perceiving their effects in your body or in your soul. So in this way you can practice this mindfulness. So, and once you found a forest or a place, you know, where you can do this, when you approach a tree or a plant, that goes for plants as well, ask for permission beforehand. Ask her permission if you want to use, when you want to use parts of her, right? So, because it happened to me in the past too, when the plant said, nope, not happening today, it really can happen. So it's either because you're looking for the wrong plant, you think you might need this plant, but actually you don't. Or in spring, for example, many simply want to be able to grow in peace, you know. Or it may be that a plant is sick and would not be good for you. So whenever she says no, just respect it. So let's get back to the tree approaching. So when you found a suitable tree, you know, or a certain tree that you are looking for because you know the remedies of this tree, approach it from a distance first. And do this, like I said, in a respectful way. After all, you know, the tree cannot move away from you and you come into his territory. So, and with your hands stretched out in front of your body, palms facing the tree, you move slowly until you feel, the layers, the aura of the tree. So, and then there you stop and you introduce yourself to the tree. Because in my opinion, the communication with all plants works best on a mental level than verbally. That's something I would like to mention too. So because trees and plants do not understand the spoken words anyways, not like we communicate, right? They communicate through telepathy. So and they don't understand the words. They might just understand the vibration in your words. Like when you talk to plants, you know, you talk nicely to them because you want them to grow, or you tell them, oh, look at that, there's a new leaf growing, beautiful. You know what I mean. So they don't understand the word, but they understand your vibration. They feel your energy. So, but again, a clear, concentrated thought is more effective than some words. So, and as I said, trees have a layer of auras too, right? Because everything is energy. So, and once you approach slowly until you feel the outer layers of the aura, then you can put your hands on the tree. And then you can start the communication. Tell them why you are here, and find out if the tree is friendly to you too. Because not all trees are friendly. Many have been injured by humans and can be I wouldn't say suspicious, but dismissive. And sometimes I just want to be left alone. Then had his wish and look for another tree. And if the tree appears friendly and helpful, please ask him to sit with him and be allowed to meditate with him. And I know already some people that have not listened to me before or listened to the first time that probably crack up. But trust me, that's how it flies. So, and over the time, you develop a very close relationship with a tree, with which you meditate, or you even do shamanic journeys. And it is very interesting and instructive to meditate on different trees, such as oak, birch, holly, willow, and so on. Because each tree has a very special energy that is unique. So different trees, they teach us different things. So sit down then and lean against the tree and begin. And of course, as with all meditation, start with the breathing. Slow and deep breath. And I talked about that too many times, how to breathe and to relax. I'm not repeating that now. So, and the rest is pretty much up to you. So if you want to do a journey because you have questions, he may take you. If you're looking to heal certain aspects in you, he will help you. But keep in mind, sometimes it's up to us to heal the tree first. And that could be anything. That could be a branch hanging loosely on his last tooth that is bothering him. It could be a wire wrapped around somewhere, a piece of garbage lying around, or maybe it's bleeding because someone took too much resin or fluids out of it and didn't seal it correct, So pay attention and then you will see. So if you have no trees around you, or you have trees but it's not a quiet place to do a healing or meditation or journey, you can also do your own tree meditation to ground. And I talked a while back about it as well, how to do that tree meditation. And again, I cannot stress enough how important grounding is. I really can't stress it enough. Because I notice when I'm not grounded and more like gliding, I get blown away by the slightest situation that pisses me off. So when I notice that in our society, they're all gliding and getting bent out of shape about everything. So, this is pretty much how much I can tell you about it. The rest is really up to you, like what you want to do. Do you want to do a journey to another realm? Are you looking for informations? Do you want to heal certain energy aspects? It's really up to you. But make sure you show respect for trees and plants and every living being, okay? It's very important. So, but not only do trees heal us, but they can nourish us as well. We can eat young leaves from trees, and I will tell you which ones. So because in the past people very often ate young leaves, the shoots of trees, and they're actually similar to wild herbs. So, and unfortunately this knowledge started to get lost a long time ago. So, and it is actually known that the young tree leaves are more filling than purchased vegetables, and that they have many times more vitamins, minerals, and nutritions than the vegetables that we get these days on the shelf in a supermarket. So, and spring is the best time of the year to pick and eat the leaves of trees. And again, now don't go around and start eating trees, please. You have to know what tree and what you can eat from a tree, please. Okay, so don't just go around, start chewing on the bark or chewing up leaves. Like if you do that with an oak leaf, that's, for example, not as healthy. So just, get your information and then what and how. So just throwing that in here. So, yeah, like I said, best time is spring. Because if they're a little older after, they no longer taste good and are sometimes hard and chewy. And of course, when picking leaves, it is important that we only take as much as we consume, you know? And not so much that we throw the rest in the bin later. So, therefore, if you've never done that, you want to try it out first, okay, before you fill the bucket and then you throw it out. So, and another thing, keep also in mind that especially the young shots and the seedlings are the spring food of many wild animals, and they need it more than we do. So, and please don't just collect your food from one tree, but take a few from several trees. And this rule is for every tree, every plant or herb. And again, don't go around start eating trees now. I will introduce a tree every week or every other week, depending on how much I have to do. And then, of course, you can gather your own information as well. I only talk about the ones that I worked with and that I tried food from, you know. And I most like I don't use trees really to fill me up because, like I said, there are animals out there that depend on them a bit more than we do, but I like it more for the medical aspect of vitamins and minerals and certain times, and this would be a good time now. So let me start with a maple tree. So what is the energy of the maple tree? He is for thinkers, and he will increase your concentration, and he also supports analytical thinking. So he helps you sort thoughts and connects the mind to the body. So and he also helps you strengthen, your self-confidence. So he helps us to set healthy boundaries and mental protection. But in order for him to do so, when you do energy work with him, however, is that you have assumed responsibility for your own past and present actions. Okay, that's important. So the maple tree, I mean, most of you know them, right? In autumn, the colorful leaves that glow in yellow and red, orange, and that looks very pretty and fills nature with light and life, and it drives away the dark. So therefore, anyone who has experienced this knows that autumn is the season of the maple tree. So, and the glowing maple leaves give you strength and energy again before winter hits, right? And puts its coat over colors nature. So, and the leaves, they show really the character of the maple tree. It's just happy and full of lightness. And it also symbolizes prosperity, health, and a long life. So if you maybe pay attention to certain buildings, bigger mansions, and all that good stuff, you will see a lot of maple trees growing there. That's just something on the side here. So, and just the colors itself, they send us calm and serenity. And even our ancestors believed that the maple also had a protective effect. So, and therefore sometimes maple branches were placed at the window to keep negative energies and ghosts away. And actually it is a protective tree or plant. So I explain that in a bit. So also the maple is associated with the planet Jupiter, and therefore also embodies its principles such as justice, peace, happiness, and world order. So there you go. So the unique leaf shape, when you look at it, right, clearly shows the creative nature of the maple. And that works well with magic as well. So the maple is considered a tree of harmony, unites opposites, brings calm and serenity, and helps clear the thoughts, as I said in the beginning. And these active ingredients also develop when you smudge with maple leaves. So the smoke of the maple leaf incense, it totally dispels negative energies and evil spirits, and therefore you can mix it nicely with protective incense mix. So in smudging with the leaves of the maple can also fulfill wishes, hopes and dreams, and it also helps to calm people with a heated temper, so that you can keep a cool head. And yeah, it has a very calming and stress relieving effect. So smudging with maple is also great if you want to deal with natural spirits, and I say natural spirits on purpose. Yeah, you can mix it with resins or other wood kinds. It's very nice. So if you're stressed and annoyed, which I am lately a lot, I recommend only smudging maple wood. So because the smell of the wood alone calms our nerves, and lets us drive down a step, a notch. And it takes us to another world, or the real world, should I say. Yeah, and again, it drives away evil spirits. And this again show you the result in a physical calming, also in your stomach. Because sometimes when we're angry, or even if we have been around people that have too much negative shit going on, it gives you knots in your stomach. So and that smoke will help you to untie those knots. So even if you wish, you can entrust it to the tree spirit when smudging maple, or when you're communicating with the tree. Of course, don't come with a $3 million wish, please. Okay. Just saying. Because making wishes or manifesting, yeah, you gotta keep it simple. You can only make a wish or manifesting as big as you can handle it, as big as you are willing to work for, if you understand what I mean. So also we have some medical aspects, which are unfortunately, yeah, they really don't play a role in herbal medicine anymore. And it gets rarely mentioned in medical dictionaries, unfortunately. So, but nevertheless, it has healing powers. So, because maple contains many good substances such as tannins, saponins, flavonoids, and of course minerals and vitamins. So, in all these ingredients that I just named, they have an anti-inflammatory effect, among other things. And the maple also has a very cooling effect, and this explains why it's used to be for cooling down, or decongestants, or for fever, or for swelling. So a maple leaf overlay is actually very easy to make. So all you have to do is squeeze the fresh leaves. So there you go. And just by doing so, the juices coming out, they have a very cooling effect. And they can help you with insect bites, tired and heavy feet or swollen eyes. So that's it. That's all you have to do. But important, don't put maple leaves or other parts of the tree not on open wounds, please, okay? Because they have healing substances, but they might as well risk infection, so don't play around with it unless you know what you're doing. I mean, the bark can be used for burns or frost bites or even snake bites. But again, be careful with open wounds. Depends on the wound, okay? So, and the twigs and the leaves boiled as a bath and the juice squeezed out of the bark, that helps against fever. So, and the warmed wood, if you warm up the wood and put it on the foot, for example, well, it helps for gout. Okay, so got some very nice aspects. So, and of course, we all know the syrup, right? The yummy syrup, which is a great replacement for unhealthy sugar. So there you go. But please don't try to get the syrup yourself if you don't know how to do it, and rarely anyone knows how to do it. Okay, so because if you don't know how to do it and how much you can take, you will end up killing the tree because you will bleed it out. So, I mean, just imagine someone, wanting a bit blood for you to save his life, and they forget to plug the needle. So, and like I said, the young leaves and the seedlings you can eat, and the maple leaves, the young ones, they taste like a little nutty, and they're sweet. And the best time, I would say April and June. And you can use it for a lot. Is it the fresh juice, or in wild salads, or vegetable dishes? And again, the red leaves, once they turn red, are not so, you can't eat them because they're very bitter. Just don't do it. It's blah. So, and most of the young leaves are taken from the Norway maple because they contain a lot of vitamin C, iron, magnesium, and potassium. Okay, so write that down. Vitamin C and iron, magnesium, and potassium. Just repeating it again. So what else can we do with wood? The runes. So if you want to make your own rune set out of wood, okay, and you pick the maple, I find this one is well suited for beginners and easy to work with, because especially since maple keeps negative influences away and protects. So if you're not that familiar with energies and runes, you're safe with that. And also to make them, maple wood is dense, firm, and elastic. And maple energies, they allow us to, like I said, they keep the negative out and bring in harmony to the environment. And we can connect with our creative energies. It's a little stimulating. So, and it's best to take a branch with about 2 to 5 centimeters. You have to look that up in inches. Sorry, I'm too lazy to do that. But because I only know centimeters, I'm German. So, but again, don't just cut off healthy branches. Please take a look around and see if you find a branch that fell off, And if for any reason you get the permission of the tree to take a branch of it, you have to do this carefully so you don't damage the tree as much as necessary. And then you need to cover the wound with earth, with clay, or even better, tree wax, so that a fungus infection is avoided and that the tree doesn't bleed longer than necessary, okay? Very important. So yeah, and then you can cut it in 24 slices, 5 to 10 millimeter thick, but you will figure out what you're comfortable with. So for me it was just important to mention the maple wood for runes. I will do that with every tree that's coming up. So yeah, that was pretty much all. And then there was this nice little poem I read. I forgot who it was, but it's an older one, so that person is no longer around and will forgive me. So and it says, trees don't grow, they flow up like a fresh fountain until they return their water to the forest. Everything is in the trees. Everything in the trees is in us. So, and with this said, I sign off for today. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoy it and can do something with it. And yeah, I wish you a good day, a good night, or good morning, wherever you are. Bye-bye.